that, I can't even see where the road goes down the other side. I'm guessing over there somewhere. Rightio, so I've stuffed up. Ended up spending the night in the hotel room. Just in the end of the day, I got into Broken Hill too late. I come into town. I thought I'd be able to kill two birds with one stone. I'd book into the motel, fly out to Mundy Lookout, watch the sun go down, have a beer, and then order pizza, come back, pick it up, go around to the motel and have a beer and go back to bed. That didn't work out exactly how I wanted to. I booked the motel. By then it was, well, coming into town because Broken Hill works off South Australian time, even though we're a few k's from the border. Time went back half an hour, so even though I'd gained half an hour, I hadn't gained half an hour of daylight, and by the time I booked the motel, because the Stewart Motel that I normally stay at in town, it's owned and operated by the caravan park next door, so you can't just go to the front door or to the lobby and book your room. You gotta go across the road and deal with all that shit. Anyway, it's a good hotel, I like it. It's nice small, it's only 89 bucks a night for the room, so also just went out, have a good hot shower, sit down, catch up on the news, watch a bit of TV, and sleep in a full-size bed. But once I booked that, it was nearly 6 o'clock, well about 5:30, which should have been 6 o'clock, so made a beeline. Stay there. Stop it! Stop it! It's the worst I've done in the whole trip. Made a beeline for Silverton. It's 28 k's from Broken Hill out to Mundy Lookout. As I was getting out past the Daydream Mine turn off, and that's where the big wind turbines are that I'll show you later. And just the sun had already was dropping below the barrier ranges, and the more and more I come out, the more and more it looked like I had no hope of getting any before it dropped over the plains. So instead of coming all the way out and missing it, I decided to go back, pulled over on the side of the road, ordered me pizza, went back to the hotel room and had a few beers and went to bed. So the problem with that is now I've missed the sunrise, which is on the wrong side of the hill, so that doesn't matter. But I was sort of in a position anyway, because the Mad Max Museum maybe doesn't open until 10 o'clock, which sunlight up past 6 gives you 3.5 hours to find something to do until it comes up. Staying in town, I was going to go around resupply Kmart and Coles and do all that, but of course they don't open till 9, so thought the best bet. I've refueled, took 98 litres, which I think I thought it was going to take 100, so still using a little bit less fuel than expected. Worked out to be about 14.9 k's per 100, but that's mainly because after even before I stopped at that big rock formation on the way down from Tibooburra, I was sort of nudging up to that 100k an hour mark, so using a bit of fuel, plus driving around town too is going to use fuel in these anyway, so fuel use is up a little bit, still not the 16 litres that I predicted, so I think it was just under 146 I think it was to fill up dollars, so unfortunately that doesn't leave me with any pineapples left, so that's a $50 note over here. Hey, stop it, stop it, stop it. Really just want to sit, mate. Mate. Yeah, but so yeah, I'm fully fueled now. By the time I come out to do my stuff at Silverton and head for home, I should be right. I should go home. If worst comes to worst, I still got some money on my card. I can get put some fuel in at hay or Pyro on my way home. But it seems like they're widening the road out here to Silverton, so last night when I come out trying to deal with these roadworks with the sun in the windscreen was an absolute pain in the arse, and now we've got the workers out here working graders here, so we'll head out to Monday. The sun's already up, but we'll have a look around anyway. I don't think it would have changed much in the 2 years since I've been out here. It hadn't changed from 1982 to 2018 when I come out here, so I'll get out there and we'll rightio, while the coffee's on, we'll move away out here a bit quieter. Mundy lookout, looking out over Mundy Plains, Mundy Station's off over there. Night time, it's amazing how barren and desolate it looks, and then all of a sudden come sunset, just the lights that poke up across there, whether it's station houses or just cars travelling. It's not a bad sight to see. But Mundy Lookout, famously filmed for Mad Max 2. Rig was parked over there. Some of the scenes took place here. Some of the chase scenes on the other side of the hill and down to the corner where the Mac rolled over at the end of the film. Probably my biggest regret now for the whole trip is not pushing to get out of here for last night, because watching the sun go down over those plains, especially when it's a bit hazy like this, it would have been fantastic. Here we are Monday morning, there's no one here. Whether anyone camped here tonight, it's impossible to know, but it's quite a sight, we're up on top of the barrier ranges here, so they run pretty much from Silverton here all the way up. We're following them down yesterday from Tibooburra, where we seen that big escarpment yesterday, and some of the other rock formations as well, so that's great. Normally it's a lot windier than this. I'm surprised, maybe because it's early morning, but I don't know if you can see, the sun's probably in the way, but goddamn wind turbines over there on the hill just take the serenity out of it. Which I suppose for a plus you can't hear them, but it's yeah, it's not the best, but when you have a view like that, it's fantastic. While I'm making me coffee, I just want to show you something. One of the biggest problems you can have when you're going away camping is just packing too much shit. I planned for stuff like stoves not working, so I've got my single burner stove up the back there, but I haven't needed to use it. The gas bottle's over there being used, and the fridge is even worse. Probably got enough food in there for bloody 6 days. Look, chicken soup I made before I left. There's probably 4 serves in that if I had some 2-minute noodles with it as well to beak it up. Juice, I got 6 pack of Primas, a litre of juice there. Got 2 lots of the 1 litre long life milk in there as well. Let's close that up. Because I was expecting to, or planning to have brekkie along the way as well, but I don't normally have breakfast anyway, so here we are day 4. day 4. Haven't had any breakfast yet, and yeah, I've just and then even in the freezer, I've got two serves of frozen spag bol up there. I've got I had 3 travel pies. I've used one of them yesterday on the way down in the oven, but I suppose, yeah, it's good to have it just in case. A lot of it, the frozen stuff, can go back in the freezer when I get home. But even just in there, chips, 2-minute noodles, all that sort of stuff, just not being used. Litre of cordial, not being used. Just, and that's not without even going into the pantry. There's another litre of juice and another litre of milk in there as well. Water. I had two of these big 10-litre Coles water containers. This is still the one 3 days later from doing coffee and the soup yesterday. So I've got another one around there. Quite easily fill them up when you're getting fuel at the service station. So again, probably too much water to have on board. Plus I've got the 30 litres around there for showering. I've got I think they're a 15-litre down there for washing your hands, and I can get water out there anyway. It's clean as long as you're not drinking. I can do the dishes or whatever else anyway. So like, yeah, next stop when I get home is just to everything I didn't use, piss it off and get it out, and yeah, because there's junk in here everywhere. It's supposed to be, I should be able to just lift the side up, boil the coffee, boil the water for a coffee, and get back on the road again. But you're moving this, you're moving the oven out of the way. And, water, I've just got these, they're a litre bottle, but the good thing is they've got the profile of your standard Coke can or standard small water bottle, so they fit nice and snug in the centre console and the cup holder, yet you've got a litre there, and when it's this time of year, it's not that hot. It's not getting hot that quick, so got one in the front, got another one in there. As soon as I change them out, fill it up, put it back in the fridge. By the time it's cold, I've probably drunk the one in there anyway, so good little thing. The water itself, it's some sort of spring water with wildflowers. It tastes like absolute shit, so I got 3 of them originally to cycle through while I was driving. I've only got 2 now, but I'm pretty sure I didn't drink the full bottle. I just tipped it out because, yeah, tastes like they've bloody got something in there. Water's water. If you want to fix it up, add some cordial to it or whatever else, but yeah. was out here in 2018, they were just building these wind turbines on top of the barrier ranges. Complete eyesore. Adelaide needed more power to power its Tesla battery, so instead of putting these in the middle of their bloody city, they decided to come out to Broken Hill and to Silverton and destroy the natural landscape by putting these stupid wind turbines up. I know the locals weren't happy about it, but just a further point that the cities don't give a shit about the country people.
About 4 k's out of Silverton, following the old Cockburn railway line, you'll find this old silver mine. It has no name, I don't even think it still has an owner, but it's a frequently visited spot and gives you a glimpse into the past of the area, where silver mining was a big boom.
Here you are next to one of the larger mining sites for silver beside the railway line. It's probably got the most infrastructure left of any of them too. Tower there, of course. No hole under it. I even wonder if this is where the hole actually was, because from memory, oh yeah, over there, down there, we'll go down there in a minute, there is actually a deep shaft going down. Drop a couple of rocks in and see how far down they go, but I don't think they would have dragged this up here to be away from the hole, so I'm guessing she's been filled in or something like that, but I'm not going to walk over there to find out. Although the peppercorn tree seems to have found its roots, got down through the rock, so decent bit of cable. Surprised it hasn't rusted like the rest of it. Yeah. Last time I was out here it was in the mid 30s, so it's probably only about 15, 16 degrees this morning, so definitely makes things a lot bearable, especially out here where you've got no vegetation, it's just the rocks. Anyone that works on the railway lines know when you're on the ballast you're probably looking about 5 degrees hotter than what it normally is. But yeah, we'll go down and we'll have a look at the rest of the site and see if we can't fall down a shaft. Back in the 1880s, when Silverton was first come into existence, it was because of this stuff. Yeah, silver in the rock. I don't know how well the sun's going to pick that up, but the ground's still littered with it out here. Back then, the town went from 100, 200 people to 3,000 in a couple of weeks, a couple of years. Fall down there. I don't know how well the camera will pick up the acoustics, but find a rock and see how deep she is. Even the the old ladder's still there too. We'll have a go. Either it's very deep or the rock disappeared. Oh, that one there you can see a nice bit of silver as well. Alright, have another go. Alright, that sounds like it's only about 20 metres deep. I wish I had a glow stick. That would that'd help out. I think the one over there is a bit deeper, but yeah, as I was saying, back in the 1880s, 1881, when the town came into being, and they finally got registered and put a post office in, he just sprung up literally overnight. They wanted to extend the railway line from South Australia out to here, because eventually Broken Hill was going to be built later on, but the New South Wales government didn't want to pay for a railway line across their territory, so I think the Silverton Tram and Steam Company come into effect, privately owned venture with some business people around here, and they extended the railway line from Cockburn on the South Australian border all the way through here to Silverton, and eventually on to Broken Hill when the big mine got set up there. But we've got some more infrastructure here, conveyor, probably loading ore onto the trains to send back for smelting. There's a lot of rubber and that still here. Like the Silverton line was shut down in the 1970s for it was bypassed. Main freight trains went straight to Broken Hill from Cockburn, so this spur line was shut down. But it's amazing, you look at railway lines around the world, or even just here around Australia. Some other ones I know were shut down in the 50s, 60s and 70s as well, and sometimes you barely know they're there, other times you've still got the infrastructure in place, whether it's bridges, culverts. I know some places have still got the sleepers, so you would have had your sorter and your shaker there. There's another one up on the side of the peak up there with all the tailings and up there. I wonder if there's another big hole up there as well, and that's where that tower used to be. But, let's go down here and have a look at this culvert. Head on to this culvert here now. It just shows you a sign of the times. The concrete they were using back in the day. They would have had the concrete powder would have come out of South Australia on the trains, but as for your grit, your aggregate and that, Well, it doesn't even look like there's any steel in there, just local rock. You see how easy I pulled that out. But in saying that too, it's well over 100 years old now, so what would it be, 140 years old, so if any of your concrete can last that long nowadays, I dare say it will with all your stuff in it as well, but the main concrete there's peeling away and just leaving the rock behind, which looks like it's mostly granite too. So I wonder if it's been brought, especially this black rock here doesn't look like it's local. That's charcoal. Oh no, that's molten steel there. So I wonder if they had a foundry or something. Well, it looks like charcoal, but it's not leaving the black mark. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's the bar over it. So looking further down the line here, seems to be another culvert up here. We'll go have a look. But Cockburn that way on the South Australian border might be 30-40 k's from here via the train route. Looking on Google Maps at there's that sun right behind me. That's no good. Looking at Google Maps, it seems to be fairly straight. Go out here. Once you get down on the plains there, she beelines straight for Cockburn. So it would be good to spend half a day and just travel down there and then come back on the Barrier Highway. But unfortunately, it's doesn't look like it's a passable route, especially through here. But go in there, have a look. It's only a narrow culvert way there, but step over without falling down. But, I suppose with the way the trains they would have had coming through here for all the ore on, you probably wouldn't want them to be too heavy anyway. But yeah, that's what the alignment that way looks like anyway. So there are some tracks going down up over the hills and around, so maybe there is a track that follows it, but that's going to be for another time. So again, got another shaker, a water tank up there. Let's go down and have a look here. Just found a looks like the side of an old boiler. I didn't see this last time I was out here. Hopefully I don't end up falling down a hole here as well. But old boiler here sticking out of this dirt. Whether it come to rest here or whether the water's washed soil down around it, because this is in the watercourse for that culvert. So yeah, even the old rivets. The rivet's still holding strong 100 years later. Yeah, I guarantee if I drop my iPhone out here, she's not going to be lasting 100 years. Yeah, don't know what that is. Not up to date on my Steam. Glass bottle. Oh, plenty of relics. Look how thick that glass is. Got a W on the side, but no other markings. So yeah, that's. I'll have to have a look. I'm not quite even sure if this site's got a name or not. There's, I know in town, I think when the railway line got diverted, they picked up most of the buildings they could and moved them into Broken Hill because it was getting built at the time, and only left some of the old stone buildings in there, which you're going to see photos of. Do a bit of a walk around, but the would have been a site back then. Or even the mentality of the community going, oh yeah, the train's not coming through anymore, there goes our supply routes, because at the time, or before the train got here, it was only ox and wagon and that sort of stuff. So it would have been interesting being that council meeting and hearing them say that we're picking up the houses and moving to Broken Hill. That's where the train's going now. So town went from 3,000 back to about 150, and I think it's sitting around the 20 or 30 mark now. So yeah. Whew. Elevation. You can see the glints of silver coming through the stone when you get that reflection off the sun onto it. Makes you wonder now how pure or how thick the silver needs to be for you, because if this was gold, you'd be a millionaire now for all these gold flakes. Here we are at this second shaft. It's off the rock. It's well, most of the formwork's completely collapsed here, so I don't know how deep it's going to be. It looks like someone's tried to throw some big rocks in there before, but I'd have to Google silver mining, but by the sounds of it, they didn't have to go down deep. Over that, she's been filled in by 100 years of weather. An old stone wall here too. Where are we? Alignment's over there, so we're not even on the alignment here, so possibly somewhere where the carts have come in and have been able to load burden onto the carts. Don't know. Same thing when, what would you say, 20%, 15% of your structure's concrete, the rest is just rock. It's probably going to last a while. Yeah, there's spots where the concrete's failed, but again, it's around 100 years old. So, yeah. And of course, there's some new debris around as well. There's half a washing machine over there. Beer cans, all the average shit you see laying around sites when tourists are involved, or locals. I'll see if I can get in there, and of course, yeah, I'm going to lean over a hole for foam in my top pocket because that's always the best. Just adjust the camera, make sure it's not going to fall out. Whee! Let's go through the bars. So now we've got the pit hole in the ground. I can see it looks like it goes down, the shaft goes off to the left there, so yeah, not the deepest, but I'm careful coming back up through the bars so I don't knock the camera off. Yeah. So that's the mine. We'll go back and we'll have a bit of a look around Silverton. You really have to wonder, back in the 1880s, searing heat of the desert, men, women and families, no air conditioning, how are you coping with the best they could, only living off the survival wagons coming from the city, trying to find their fortune in silver and precious metals. Some of the pioneering past still litters the area. It just gives a little snapshot of what times might have been like. Here we are down at the old station for Silverton, right up on the board there, all about the track. the rail trail that heads back towards Broken Hill for a little bit. I put a photo up there for you all to see and have a bit of a read through it, but basically goes over what I just said earlier. So we'll head up here, the old station house. Surprisingly not in the centre of where the town is now, so it just makes you wonder how far this way it extended. Here you got a bit of a underground water tank here. What would that be? That'd be 8 metres deep. 8 metres deep maybe, so hold a bit of water. Platform out here. Go out here a bit so you can actually see it. Surprisingly, all the track and sleepers from here back in the town are still in place too, but it was a simpler time. Back over there, the old water tank for the refilling the boilers and the steam trains are still there. Little signboards, information boards around here too, showing us what was in the area. That one else there, had to talk about the tramway. I'll take some photos so you can read through it as well, but yeah, not much of the online left near that way to Broken Hill. We'll read some boards and get some photos and see what else we can find. Old timber floor. Of course, the tourists have been in here making their mark. Timber roof as well. And the old fireplace when she got cold during winter, which it does get pretty cold out here when the sun's not up. But that's the Silverton railway station. We'll head back into town and check some other stuff out. Here in Silverton, it all depends on what your where your interests lie. Whether it's the old railway, the old jail museum in town, Mad Max museum, and the filming locations of other films that have been out here. Priscilla, Dirty Deeds. A lot of places use the Silverton Hotel for an outback pub in a lot of films. Art galleries, sculptures, all that sort of stuff as well. So if you're ever up this way, we're only 30 minutes, 20 minutes out of Broken Hill. Come out for a look. Head up to Mundy for a look out as well. Sunset, go up there, watch the sun come down, then come back into Broken Hill or whatever. But there's one more stop I need to make while I'm here, and that's the Mad Max Museum. So there's been a few cars. I see there's a few parked up there now. I'll go around and have a look. Probably won't have the place to myself this time, but anyway, we'll go have a look. And there's one new acquisition that they've got there recently, and I can't wait to get some photos with, because it's a piece of movie history, and they did blow it up. I've come up to the Mad Max Museum, and it's busy. Last time I was here, I was able to park out in front and get a photo of the cruiser in front of the joint, but There's about 8 cars here. So, I don't know how we're going to go inside. I think it'll be photos only, but before we do go inside, I want to show you this, because I don't know why that's not working. Old mate with the boat on top of his Colorado, the whole thing's supported off the canopy. I don't know, what are people doing, honestly. It's that's pretty funny. I wonder how far he's going to get with it like that. Here we are at the back of the museum. The Interceptor there in the Mad Max 2 deco with the front missing, of course. Fantastic. Plus a lot of the other buggies as well from the film. The Bat car, the Stacks and the Gunner on the back, the Landau involved in the first chase, fantastic as well. The Force 10 Charger. All these are cars from the film. We've got the Bad Cop over there as well. One of my favourites, the XA Bat car, and the R Series Mac. Now that's not the R Series from the film. That's just a donated car. But here we got the XB Interceptor from number 1. Again, just a fan made car, not the original, but she's zoomies. And of course, that nice big bit of chrome sticking out the bonnet. These are all drivable. He gets them out every now and then for a bit of a drive. Up in the Mac. And a very special, or 2 very special new bits of thing they got on. That is the original rolled over Interceptor. They were able to acquire it from a local that had it in his backyard. Both that and the snake truck. Iconic stuff from Mad Max 2. We're going to call out past the site where it rolled over on our way to Menindee, but just the history behind it too. Like, unlike that with the V8 hanging out, that V8 in it, that was just a 6-cylinder that they pushed with the Humongous' rig to get it up to speed in order to do the stunt where it rolls over and crashes down the hill. So, like, even they love their pipes. The zoomies for the Bat, zoomies, the big fin, and of course the Julies, the Julies on the back. It's back when they customised vehicles for movies, good movies. Right, main drag of Silverton over there. Iconic Silverton Hotel, as I said before. Long list of movies that filmed out the front of that or inside that. Just been up to the Mad Max Museum up there. You got Emu Art Gallery and that there. Just stuff everywhere. The bakery's new. That wasn't here last time I went up. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Talking to Adrian up at the museum, he's saying it's been the busiest it's been in a long time. Just COVID, everyone travelling Australia, like the vans and campers and everything. All the new vehicles that are touring around. Brand new 200 over there, decked out with a van towing. Another Prado over there. So everyone's getting out and seeing the country instead of going overseas. But that's good for business when everyone's travelling local and all that. So that's pretty much our tour of Silverton. There is one last stop I want to pull in for, and that's they're building a replica of the compound from Mad Max 2 on a property. They were going to do it down at the local park, but the council only wanted it there the week before next year's anniversary, and wanted it pulled down again a week after it, but they tried to convince them it would be a tourist attraction, especially since the original compound site over at the Pinnacles there is off limits. It's on private land and Aboriginal owned as well, so you'd have a tourist spot there, you'd be able to camp in it, all that sort of stuff all year round, but the council didn't want anything to do with it, so they've done it on some private property. So yeah, just want to call past there and have a look on the way back to Broken Hill, get some provisions, and yeah, might go out and have a look at the Pinnacles.
Here we get a quick glimpse of the compound, still in construction. I can't wait until the anniversary next year.
Here we are out once again in the middle of nowhere. This is Pinnacles Road, just outside of Broken Hill. Again here, more so for the Mad Max shooting locations. Up there, Max brought the rig in, bring it back to the compound to hook up to the tanker. Over there you'll see the main pinnacle there. Another one a couple more over here behind these trees. That's the one up there where Max and the gyro captain camp. And the compound, well, there's no compound there anymore because they blew the shit out of it, but we'll send the drone over there and get some aerials of it. But yeah, it's all private mine site, so there's no access, unfortunately. Last time I was up here, Adrian said he might be able to get up there and have a bit of a look around, but I didn't want to bloody hassle him, so he yeah, hopefully next year for the anniversary I'll be able to get up there and have an actual walk around, boots on the ground of the hill. But in the meantime, I'm going to go and get out of the way from these flies and have some lunch.
Pinnacles are located just outside of Broken Hill, about 5 k's out the road leading to the local mine. They're composed of their abandoned iron formation, made up of quartz magnite, which is why the mine's close by. If it wasn't for their Aboriginal protection, chances are this would be an open cut hole now, just like the centre of Broken Hill. But it's one of the more famous land formations around the Broken Hill area. It's just a shame we don't have public access to it. But we do get up and close to it in Mad Max 2, when Max and the gyro captain camp on top of the Pinnacles, overlooking the compound, waiting for their chance to get into the compound and get some fuel. Here we are at Red Hill, about 8 k's out of Broken Hill on the Benindi Road. From down here, Max drove to the and had the altercation with that red XA Falcon and destroyed it. Just down around the corner. At the very bottom of the hills where the famous cannonball stunt took place. But this here's where the Interceptor finally met its end. Rolled down the hill. Last time I was out, he actually camped down there. You'll see the photo here now. But the lay of the land hasn't changed much. I don't think the guardrails were here when it was filmed.
might see him in the film, I don't know, when Wes pulls up here in Humongous' vehicle and Toadie goes down there to get the gas. Which is an arid place, just like much of the other locations up here. Here we are at the last Mad Max shooting location, I swear, that trip. This one here, when the interceptor rolls over, it actually they do a stunt first to get it to roll. Which is here on this corner. They come up here. The second vehicle they were using was still an XB Falcon, but it only had a 302 and an automatic, and it just, with the rise coming up here and getting enough speed to rev off this corner and start the roll, it didn't have the power, and ended up using the Humongous' vehicle to give a bit of a push. As it goes up the road, over the ramp, and starts to roll. So Humongous' vehicle just going through the corner. Once they topple over, do a couple of rolls, and do that stunt, then they pick up the wreck, and then move it up to where we just were before, back up the Red Hill. Once they finish the rollover, they load it all up on the back of the truck and took it back up the Red Hill where we just were. Had a framework there, had a bobcat with some forks on the front, get in position, set it up, hit action, pull the pin, and finished its tumble down the road, down the hill. Once it comes to a stop, get Mel in there, make it look all damaged up, and get ready to blow up the interceptor, which is a shame. But as you've seen before from the Mad Max Museum, some of it still lives. But that's been the Mad Max portion of the video. Leaving Broken Hill now. We're heading south to Menindee, and hopefully get to spend the night on Menindee Lake. So we'll start heading over there and see what we can do. Alright, I lied. There's one more Mad Max filming location here on the Menindee Road, and about 30k out, we get to the plains, where it's just straight flat road for about 10 k's, and this is where they brought the rig out, went back and forth a couple of times with all the cars for that final chase. So all the flat bits you see are all out here. There's nice slope and table drains, no culverts, flat ground all the way out there that they can drive the vehicles over without any, oh, goats over there, without any obstacles in their way. They just drive around. Just so happens this is the same place where I ran over my drone last time I was out here and couldn't film anymore, so to not poke that demon anymore, I won't be getting the drone up and doing any filming from here, because they say lightning doesn't strike twice, but it could. There's stories of people getting struck twice by lightning, I'm sure. So yeah, the Menindee Plains, just more flat, barren, treeless farmland. Really, we are technically on a farm. We're stationed here, so it's yeah, farming goats and rocks. That's what I'll call it.
You didn't say it. This is when I bought it.
Menindee. I don't know how much water's going to be in the lake over here. Normally the wind blows off pretty hard off the lake and it'll get pretty windy, so I don't think that made sense, obviously. I might just go through the other side of town, pull up camp somewhere on the other side and see what happens. Where clocks are just going forward half an hour again, so it's back to 4 o'clock again. Lose half an hour in time, but not daylight. I don't know why Broken Hill runs on South Australian time. It's near the border, but not on the border, so don't know why. But that's what half stuffed me up last night. Got into Broken Hill, extra half hour on my sleeve, not realising that the clock had gone back that half an hour, and the sun was still coming in at 6 o'clock, which was 5:30 local time, so that's why I missed that sunset. Yeah. Been seeing a lot more sheep out here. Picking whatever green bits they can off these trees. I don't know how much of it they eat, but they're surviving anyway. I just had to slow down. I had the same problem yesterday. For some reason, this ute, if you start it and go to drive, you can't set the cruise control. You got to first drive and then slow down, and then drive, take off again. Then the cruise control, you can set it. I don't know if that's just a Nissan thing or a Patrol thing. I know owning a RAV4 and having a Prado, they had similar cruise controls in them, and both had the same problem, whereas as soon as it felt that little bit of a, or even the Cruiser did as well, as soon as it feels that little bit of a rise, it might only come down 100 for the rev, but it just dropped down a gear, sometimes drop down 2 gears, and just rev its arse off to try and maintain whatever that speed was that you had set at. So that was a complete pain in the arse, especially with the Cruiser, that as soon as that back down a gear and rev, you can just see the fuel gauge go down. So if there are any Nissan Patrol owners out there and you know of that, whether it's an issue or whether it's just Nissan's cruise control system, you can turn the cruise control on and off, you just can't set it, and it doesn't matter, you hold the on off button down, you do whatever until you slow down. Please go back to third and drop it down to about 50k an hour. It won't let you set the cruise control. So, and that happened yesterday, so by the time I got to Broken Hill, I had a sore foot, ankle was a bit sore, and had the same problem just then. So no one was behind me, just slowed down, dropped it back to third, and started coming off the gears again, and all of a sudden I could set it. So the joys of travel. Poor me, couldn't use cruise control now, got sore ankles, boo, frickety hoo. We're not animals. You can enjoy some of the finer creature comforts. If I brought the bus like I was going to originally, then I wouldn't have had cruise control anyway. I wouldn't have had aircon. The aircon's been on since I left Broken Hill. Just to keep it cool in here. The sun coming through that glass, it's a bit hot. We'll keep on trucking. We're heading the right direction now, heading for home. So, normally it's a full day's drive, 9.5 hours from Broken Hill back to home, going down to Mildura and around that way down the river. So, we're cutting the big shortcut through the middle of New South Wales here, heading to Menindee now. Then tomorrow, Menindee through to Ivanhoe, which is probably the last little bit of dirt road that I'll have to tackle. Ivanhoe, I was going to head from Ivanhoe back to Hillston, then into Griffith, Fleeton and Narrandera and back home that way, but I think by the time I get back to Ivanhoe, after the Ivanhoe Menindee road being dirt, not being a tourist drive like Cameron Corner and that, or even the White Cliffs to Tippaborough, I don't see it being as maintained or as well maintained. So not really looking forward to that section tomorrow, but hey, at least it's dry, because she gets wet out there, that white and grey clay, there's slip all over the place and you've got no hope of going anywhere. So I'll just keep on trucking down the road and see what happens. So I just pulled off the Menindee Broken Hill Road into the national park that goes out to Lake Menindee, and I was expecting to see water. I know there's been some jokes before, I've seen some videos of people coming in kayaks or canoes on roofs. I think one bloke I even seen with a surfboard on top of his car, wanting to go into the lake and get wet, but corrugation's coming got up over the rise next to the lake and looked out, and she's dirt for about 2.5 k's. There is a glint of water out there somewhere, but again, it's a fairly flat bottom. If the water's receding, any of the soil that has had water on it for the last, or has been out of the water for the last couple of weeks, I probably still wouldn't even be game driving on it, because it's you're going to go down. At least there's some trees out there, so you might have something to winch off. But yeah, funny, past a bloke here, his brand new 79 camper on the back, the whole 9 yards. He spent some money on it, and he's got to the sand here, and here he is, he's still here. Got to the sand, he's out letting his tyre pressures down. And again, as I said earlier, this thing's probably got 33s. Slow down so I don't sand him up. 33s, all-terrain tyres. Actually, they might be 35s. And yeah, probably got 55, 60 pound out there in them, so that's why he's letting them down. But scratch plan A. Plan B will go into Menindee. There is there's campgrounds on the river in here, just on the other side of town near the pub, which don't really want to stay in a populated area if I can help it, but we'll get here and see. 4:30, so taking me an hour and 15 plus the half an hour difference, which screws up the timing completely. The 650. Seen a few bikes actually. It would be good biking weather. It's not too hot. Dust is always going to be a pain in the ass, but still it'd be good on the bike. Still on a solid line. But better have a look at a map and see where I'm going here, and we'll try and find a camp spot. Just cross the Darling River. At least it's got water in it. Doesn't look like it's flowing though. On the south side, there's a what can only be an old caravan park, and I'll let this bus describe what the old caravan park looks like. I think the newest van in there would probably be a Millard 78 or 80s tandem. All the power boxes are still there, and there's people actually living in them, but she's no grass, all dirt, got power. I don't think any of the vans can be towed. Oh, twin cab Hilux, like that. Just amazes you sometimes, some of the stuff is just parked up and never driven again. So Menindee looks like a bust, although it is good going through town and seeing the local kids running amok in white and not black. But yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to stay here. We're going to get down the Ivanhoe Road. 4:30, get down there 20 minutes, half an hour down the road, and hopefully that gets us far enough away. Hopefully we'll find somewhere to camp. Otherwise, this might turn into a crapshoot here. But we'll keep pressing on, see how we go. Every K close to the home's a K less we have to do tomorrow. On the Ivanhoe Menindee Road now, signing 204 Ks to Ivanhoe. I probably should reset. Oh, it's not going to matter anyway. Oh well. Yeah, 204 Ks to Ivanhoe. Here we go. Straight on the dirt. So we're going to get a taste of what we're going to deal with tomorrow now. Well, it seems to be pretty hard to play, so that's alright, we'll see how we go. There's a number you can ring up, I think it's Ivanhoe Shire, or the number goes to Ivanhoe anyway, of road condition number you ring up. I think it's a 1 for 100 number, and find out what the road's like. I rang it up about a fortnight ago and found out the road's okay. I didn't feel that confident in ringing them the day before travelling it, because you're telling people you don't know exactly where you're going to be, and again that might be some of that Hills Have Eyes or Wolf Creek trauma coming out. But if the people that know exactly where I am. I don't want everyone else to know as well. This looks like sort of going to be alright through here. No fences on the side of the road. Go out and get 200, 300, 400 metres off the road where you're not going to be seen. So might work out well. Anyway, getting in here somewhere, we'll find a camp. First pigs I've seen on the trip actually, and I thought I would have seen more by now. I've seen a dead one up before Broken Hill last night on the way into town, but yeah, mummy and a couple of baby piggies making on the road. So I hit rifle. About 20k out of Mindy, road coming off the main road, so I can get a bit of a magical spot, camp down here by the side of the river. Yeah, what a view. I'm sure it's a river at some time of the year. Poor old tree wishes there was a river more times than none, but this will do. Bit of clay base, some sticks and shit laying around, so I'll be able to get a bit of fire going to keep the werewolves away. Nothing's falling out, good. Might start getting some stuff organised and make camp. Alright, the malt's out. Time to get serious. We're going to have some decent food. Ha! Pork chop. Now, these are marinated with herb and garlic. I get them from work for staff prices. I think from Woolworths you're paying about $8, $9 from Coles for one of them, but I'm going to find a nif. Sharp nif. Sharp serrated nif. Burnt my fingers starting the fire. Bloody all the wood around here is white, so I went to pick a bit of wood up to throw it back in thinking it was wood, and it was in fact coals. So, rookie mistake number one, don't use your fingers to stoke the fire. Good drop of tawny port though. Alright, I'm going to just go over here. Actually, first I'll get the pan on. Oil. Get some oozing. Bit of condensation, the line from last night looks like. There we go. I've got some proper lighters in there. I don't know why I keep using that because I keep on losing hair off my fingers, but anyway, that on. Bit of oil. Don't have to cook it too fast. This is probably over an inch thick at the thickest part, top of the bone there. So we don't want a lot of heat. All right, have a drink. Why not? Now I'll just roll up my sleeve so it's easy to wash the blood and shit off my hands in a minute when the time comes, if need be. But lighting, touch lighting briefly. Got a little rechargeable lantern here, $10 from Kmart or something it was, just hangs up on the campy wall there. Been using it the last few nights and it hasn't attracted many bugs. so far. This one here is just a magnetic one. Bunnings had these for Father's Day last year, so I got one, just folds in half. Open it up, you got a torch, 1 or 2 sections, and they always have to flash red for some reason. Must be a Chinese thing. They love flashing red lights or something. So leave that up there. I do have other lights. Now I'm light blind. There we go. Because yes, I'm afraid of the dark. So if need be, I can turn all these lights on and really see what I'm doing. I've got a switch inside that'll turn these on as well, so I can turn it on from inside without having to get out and open the canopy. But that's about right. I'll turn the UFO bait off. Cut this open and get it in the pan. Alright, get a bit of paper towel to put the bloody knife on. I'll deal with that in a minute. Get them open. This is going to be less messy than I thought it was going to be. I'll back that down a little bit more. Let's throw this on the fire and I'll be back. Using some finesse, we'll try and get him over. Look out. Lovely. Bit more of that oil up there. Still a bit of blood in there, but you're going to have that on the bone anyway. I'll just keep that that thick bit above there now. That fat hasn't shrunk up too much. Sometimes you might need to just cut the fat there and say there, just to get it to spread out evenly again. This one's not too bad though. Might need it in a minute or so just to finish off this top bit. So that's done, or just about there anyway. There's one little creme de la creme that I absolutely love. I've never had apple sauce or any of that crap with pork. I'm sure it's a delicacy. So are baby chickens in eggs, but a bit of cheese on top just sets it off. Yeah, this isn't going to work as well as I wanted it to. Rightio, let's get some stuff ready. Put the cheese back in the fridge. Let it dries out. So, get our pork, bring it over. One thing I always do too, especially with that cooker being in the canopy, I always make sure the bottle's turned off a good time. Let's go night mode. A good portion at a time, just so it doesn't lynch gas into the canopy. If there's any leaks, see them over there. Go into the fridge. Start unburying some stuff. Go to lettuce first. Been hiding down the bottom just so it doesn't freeze up. Don't want to use it all because I want to do small wraps tomorrow. I've got that much ham in it there to use. Don't want to use it all tonight. Still got some chocolate. Got some chocolate you got to eat too. I'd have finished one night for dessert, but Turkish Delight, Cherry Ripe, and Dream, so cover all the bases there. May as well do the carrot while we're here. Bit of carrot. Again, just put that in the canopy. Just doing all this stuff a day or two, couple of days before you leave home, just makes it so much quicker. Pour it out of the way. Get the old Sistema container out. So we're going to want some cucumber. Need to eat it, so load him up. One of the benefits of staying in Broken Hill last night was being able to get pizza, and I pretty much ate the entire extra large pizza because I neglected to throw in a container, put leftovers in case I did get pizza. It wasn't a for sure thing, but it ended up being what it was. And what can I say? For someone that's known for once knocking down the Eagle Boys Dominator deal, if you do not know what that is, since Eagle Boys is not really anything anymore, Eagle Boys Pizza used to have the Dominator deal, which was 3 large pizzas, a garlic bread, and a 2 litre Coke. Of course, I didn't drink all the 2 litre Coke, but I think there was one slice left of that those 3 pizzas. I'm a man of many appetites, and pizza is one. I'll normally, if I order in town, it's a 20-25 minute car ride home. The pizza's pretty much gone by the time I get home. What else can I say? Pork chop and salad, campfire, good food, and I can start uploading all today's trips on the laptop. Get it all backed up. Magnetic light on the back again. No need to run the wiring. No need to do bugger all. Just grab the light.
Well, what a day that was. Exploring the local area of Silverton and Broken Hill, and then pushing south to Menindee. Not to find a lake full of water, but a lake full of dirt. So I pushed a couple of k's south of Menindee and found this nice little creek to camp for tonight. Now I'm fully fueled, fully fed. Nothing left to do but to sit back and watch the sunset across the outback. Hope you've enjoyed episode 4. We'll come back next week for the conclusion of the trip, episode 5, returning home from Menindee.